So Honkai Star Rail had their 3.4 livestream today and they revealed a skin for a very beloved character, Firefly. This is amazing and crazy because I'm a firm believer that way too little gacha games utilize skins for their monetization, which would in return allow for less predatory business practices. And I've been screaming for skins in HSR since 1.3 and it's garbage. Yeah, so HSR revealed a schoolgirl Firefly skin today, which looks more like some illegal third-party skin that got made by some random guy in his basement instead of a multi-million-dollar company. There are so many layers of how disappointed I am with this skin that it's actually hard for me to get fully to the bottom. So the skin itself looks basically like a recolor due to it just being the same kind of outfit, top with skirt and stockings. Not really something exciting. This is especially bad when you consider that it's a skin for Firefly, who had so many good skin options. The easiest one being a skin in her white Glamour Eva suit, which she was wearing in all of her trailers. They could have even given her one of the different Sam models like the Type 5. But instead, it's basically the same outfit and don't forget, you see Firefly only out of combat. It's always Sam inside of combat. And what does Sam look like? Somehow worse than the original one. Like, what the fuck are we doing? So especially with how late and inconsistent HSR is at skin releases, with this being their second skin overall and their first paid skin only, since the March one was actually free as a login bonus, this just sucks. Especially when it's at like 1,300 Oneric shard, which is like 15 euros or somewhere in that realm, I believe. It doesn't help that the skin is for Firefly, who many people consider to be outdated and power crapped if you don't have her strong eidolons, instead of doing a skin for a more recent character. Wuva can get away with it, due to Wuva's power creep being low enough, where buying a skin for an older character doesn't feel like a waste. Jinshi being the perfect example of this. And speaking of Wuva, let's be real here. To me at least, Wuva has started to utilize skins properly and has set a pretty hard precedent on what I expect from a gacha skin. Now, are the Changli and Carlotta skins perfect? Hell no. I think the Carlotta skin is abysmal, and they absolutely should have given her water guns and just made it a Jinshi tier skin, instead of just slapping a swimsuit on her and calling it a day with the same standard crystal animations for 1,600 Oneric shards. The Changli skin, it's really good in my opinion. Just my opinion, I get it if you don't like that one either. I'm not a fan of swimsuit skins in general, but the Changli skin doesn't even feel like a swimsuit, and honestly just looks like a pretty dress to me. It looks better than her classic skin in my opinion, and water-themed abilities obviously wouldn't have really fit Changli. Now, I get that HSR doesn't have a Chad like Scar who's willing to sacrifice his free time to make pretty skins for Wuva characters. I get that. But I'm gonna be absolutely honest here. I would have preferred to not get a Firefly skin at all than this. Genuinely. And I'm saying that as someone who owns an E6 Firefly and can still use her in endgame. I'm just that disappointed in it. HSR has been so super inconsistent with skin releases that, in my opinion, if they want to release skins in such big time intervals, they honestly need to just make all of those skins very high Jinshi level tier with new animations, potentially new models, and honestly maybe even new voice lines. Instead of just giving us recolors that somehow manage to look worse than the original characters. I was asking for skins back in the day for HSR, but honestly, unless power creep gets actually addressed first by us getting constantly buffs, or by any other measures, I think skins just aren't a sustainable thing for HSR. I would love for someone here to prove to me that I'm wrong, but I at the moment really can't see HSR doing skins. And I think skins should be more something for gacha games like Wuthering Waves, where the power creep is low enough where you can just market skins for older characters without people feeling like they're wasting money, like a lot of people are feeling at the moment for Firefly. Now lastly, don't misunderstand me. Is this skin absolutely horrendous? No, it's a mediocre and boring skin. but it's exactly because it's such a mediocre skin that I am disappointed. Since HSR hasn't released skins in a long time, and Firefly just is a character with so much potential for good skins, just because of how many different Sam suits you could design for her. So her getting a mid skin, and this being the first fully purchasable skin in HSR that you need to buy, this really feels bad to me. The patch itself is looking okay. It's just your average 3.x HSR patch, but at least the story is looking really good at least, and I'm very looking forward to the whole Finon plot. That sudden unexpected Firefly skin reveal really rubbed me in the wrong way though with how bad it is, especially since I personally really like my recent Chun-Li skin. Now, tell me your opinion about the skin, and if you for some godforsaken reason are actually planning on buying that thing, and I will see you in the next one.